Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to our next lesson in the What Do You Want to Learn unit for fifth grade health. And you guys asked me a couple questions about our immune system and how and why we get sick. So I thought this was kind of like the perfect segue, considering that we're home in a quarantine situation, to kind of address these questions. So there are two types of diseases. So this is kind of how I can get around to answering your question about why we get sick. The first one is infectious, and that is one that is contagious. So the ones that you know that get spread by germs, kind of like COVID-19, is they're caused by pathogens, or basically that's just a fancy word for germs. Okay, so your bacteria, viruses, fungus, and parasites. Okay, the one that we're currently dealing with is a viral infection. Okay, so basically what happens is they get into your body via any opening, so your eyes, nose, mouth, cuts, or ears, and they get us sick. So that's how we could contract an infectious or contagious disease. But there are other ones that are non contagious, okay, or non infectious. And those are going to be either caused by genetics, which you have absolutely no control over, or lifestyle diseases. So examples of these would be things like cancer or heart disease or something like diabetes. And some of these can be affected, or you could lower your risk of getting one of these diseases by healthy lifestyle, wearing sunscreen, um, eating healthy, exercising regularly. But they also might be something that you just have no control over, because some people might be diabetic from birth, some people may have gotten it from later on in life because of lifestyle, or a combination of the two. So those ones are a little bit harder to say why we get sick that way. Okay. You asked me, why do some spread faster, and it just really has to do with how contagious they are. And the thing that we're dealing with right now with the coronavirus and COVID-19, the reason that it is so dangerous is because it is so easily passed from person to person. Okay, so that's why we have to be very careful with it. This also brought up questions about our immune system. So your immune system is kind of what protects you, okay? And some of us have really strong immune systems, and some of us have immune systems that are not as strong, okay? Basically, what it is your body builds up antibodies, okay? So white blood cells, which you have learned about, they are like the Vikings in your body. They fight anything that comes in, they try to fight off and destroy, okay? Um, After your body kind of heals itself from a disease, you build up an immunity against that one. Okay. So think about if you got a chicken pox shot. Okay. Most people, um, in their mid to late 30s, they've all had chicken pox. But if you ask somebody in their 30s or lower, it's very rare that they've had chicken pox. And because what happened was they came up with a vaccine where we built up antibodies um, against the chicken pox. So it's very rare for any of us to contract that nowadays. Okay. And you guys had a great question about, is your immune system stronger after you get sick? And there's two ways to answer that question. It's yes and no. Because yes, it is fighting off and building itself up against that infection that it just had. So that you're not going to be you're going to have antibodies built up against that, so you're not going to be able to contract it again. But the problem is the answer is actually no as well, because germs and pathogens and these viral diseases, they're always adapting and mutating. So what was the flu last year isn't going to be the flu the next year. So your body's going to have to defend itself up against that as well. So is it stronger? Yes. But is it going to prevent you from getting sick again? No, the answer would be no. Okay, so this was your little 5-minute mini lesson on your immune system and how and why we get sick. If you guys have any questions about what you have just learned or anything that you are curious about for later on, feel free to drop me a question in the Google Classroom and I'll be happy to address it in one of our future health lessons. All right, guys, I hope you all have a great week and I will be talking to you soon.